What do you guys think? You like this one? Because I love this one. I cannot wait to show you guys this. Let's get into it. Hey, what's up, YouTube? How you guys feeling today? Good morning, good evening, grand rising, wherever your vibe is. I hope you are feeling well. I hope the day is meeting you guys with great spirits. I'm happy today. I've actually had a pretty good day. It's been a good time. I've just been getting used to moving in and just getting used to kind of getting adjusted to everything again. You know, once you kind of move to space, you got to get used to painting and different lighting and everything. So I'm finally feel like I'm just starting to finally get adjusted to it. But you got this new painting here for you guys. I wanted to do another grill. If you don't know, like I've been obsessed with grills as of lately, and I just really love how, like, I don't know, the jewelry and the teeth aesthetic, and I don't know, I just really been I just really been into it a lot lately. So I wanted to do another one of those. You know, I did the Clouded Conversations painting a few months ago, earlier this year I think it was. So this is something that I wanted to kind of do in that vein, because that one was for someone else. That was a gift for someone else. So this one is actually going to be something that's for sale. So if you're interested in it, DM me. Definitely DM me or send me an email at barbadosblackmusic@gmail.com, and we can set something up. But this one is definitely going to be for sale. I'm having a it's not just me, there's actually going to be a fashion show, and they were asking if I wanted to come through and show some artwork and get some artwork. So I was like, that's something different. I haven't ever vended before, had actually done anything like that. Typically when I sell art, a lot of times I'm just contacted online. I don't do a lot of stuff that's in person. I've done a few art shows. I was lucky enough to, you know, do something like that. Definitely was appreciative of those opportunities, but I don't typically do a lot of things that, you know, require me to leave. I'm not necessarily an introvert, but I'm used to doing digital work and a lot of digital stuff. Before that, we had like iPads and stuff, we were kind of tied to our computer. So I think I just kind of got used to that. And now I'm just continuously doing that. So here we are. So if you noticed that when I first started, I wanted to do like a blue tongue. Instead of doing something traditional, I wanted to do something that would have a pop of color. I really wanted to do something that worked with complementary colors. So with this piece, I really tried to focus on colors that complement it well and doing more of a limited color palette. So for the gold of the teeth, I felt like that blue, green, turquoise, teal kind of color would complement that really good. And then I had this mixture that I use of like a yellow ochre blended with yellow for the base of the gold teeth. And then I used a lot of that yellow ochre, as you can see right there. It's coming in a bit heavy. I used more of that yellow ochre with the lighter composition that I had before, the lighter mixture rather, excuse me, of the paint that I had before with the golds. And then I'm just going in and creating shadow with a thin brush. I have these new brushes that I had just bought not too long ago. I'm on Amazon, and these brushes are all like liner brushes. They're all like 0.005, like really thin points, because I feel like when I draw, I've gotten used to using really fine sharpened pencils or mechanical pencils to a fine point, and then I used multi-liners as well. So when I would use a lot of those, a lot of times I'm used to doing details in that way, and I feel like doing that with the painting allowed me to have more control. I'm using bigger brushes as well these days, which is something I didn't do before, but I realized I need to there's no way to do a full painting with just liner brushes. I mean, you can, but I think to lay those layers down that you need, especially to do the background, I tend to use like a flat brush, and it's a bigger brush, but I still like to have it not be too big just for control. So right now you see me, like I said before, taking those liner brushes, and I like to start outlining the lips. I was trying to watch different tutorials and try to teach myself new techniques. And when I was studying a lot of things that I've seen, if you don't completely just tint the whole canvas, which is something I typically do, but with this one I just wanted to do it this way just so I could try some other techniques. I said I wanted to outline it completely first and then go in with the colors afterwards, and then blend it in like that, which was a little bit different, because typically I would just color in the whole thing flat, or I'd start with the darks first, but this time I kind of wanted to just try to do something, like I said, more graphic. I wanted to go in and just outline it first, and then continuously make those outlines and make those kind of shapes that would really make it pop and really create those three-dimensional feelings that you need to have with acrylic paints to kind of give it that layered feeling. So as you see right here, you see me blending it out and trying to get some smooth transitions instead of keeping it exactly, because I tend to not blend these out typically a lot with my style. I tend to like the more graphic art look with acrylic paint. I think it looks really fun. I really like comic looks, and I think it tends to have a very good comic color look. But with this one, I tried to blend out some parts just to create just some soft, transitions. I think you need a mixture of both in paints. I think when I do a lot of my graphic design, I tend to have a mixture of both hard edges and soft edges, and so I think I'm starting to bring that over into my paint. And then I want to also bring that really, because my paint, my digital graphic style is really known for being very vibrant, and I really want to bring that vibrant, colorful, saturated element to the paints, and I think that's something that's really going to stand out. So I'm just working to start building that out and bring that out. With this painting, I really wanted to allow myself to be free. And right now you see me drawing the band-aid. I figured I was going to have the lips, and instead of doing, like I said, initially I wanted to do a crazy color type of monster, but instead of doing that, I decided to just go with a skin tone. And I always like to do band-aids on my characters. I just think, I don't know what it is about the aesthetic that I like. I'm really into it. I think it's probably from watching anime or a lot of cartoons. It's something that you see a lot of the like characters, the protagonists in a lot of stories will have just something like that, and I feel like that's super dope. So it doesn't super represent anything. It's just something that I personally like. It's just something I feel like adds a little pop. And then I added the smiley face as well on the face because I wanted something to kind of pair with the jewels on the teeth. I wanted something that just felt like more nostalgic, because I felt like a lot of times, like I said with the band-aid, even like it's like cartoons, it's references, it's kind of an older feel. I feel like a lot of times paintings have to tell a story, and I feel like these extra elements on the character kind of tell a story. It kind of gives you more details about the person who would actually wear this type of girl, or maybe just type of image that it represents for you. And right now you just see me layering up those layers for the lips. Each layer that I'm adding is going to create a little bit more depth and more of a further outline, to further trying to give you the shape and the color that I want to have of these lips. I really wanted something that felt like you could kind of really have a texture to them. Something that I felt would be more, like I said, still graphic, but something that felt like had kind of that painter look to it as well. So I tried to blend out a lot of that. You'll see me go in right there, then I tend to go in with another color, and I'm really going in with these layers to try to give outlines to create some of the rim lighting and some of the ambient occlusion on these lips. But I haven't yet gone in with the colors. You'll see me come in with the yellow, there it goes, in a second, and come in with some of these other colors. I'm thinking about going over these with maybe some turquoise, because I haven't varnished it yet. I'm thinking about maybe outlining it in turquoise, but since it's not exactly a a digital painting, I can't just undo it. So I'm probably going to transport it into a digital and see how it looks in digital. And if I like it, then I'll probably do it on the actual painting, so that way I can give it just some neon pop of color. But I really do like how that part came out. The way that those the way that the highlights came out on the side of the lips are probably my favorite parts, especially on the lower part on the bottom. That looks really juicy and looks like you can just bite it. So I actually like how that looks. I think it looks super fun. So what are you guys currently working on? Are you working on any paintings? Do you have any shows coming up? Are you currently celebrating anything? Let me know down in the comments so we can talk about it. Let me know, celebrate what you guys got going on too, because I definitely feel like we all have been doing different things and growing and changing, and I feel like us connecting together would definitely be super dope. So let's see what's going on with you. Let us know in the comments down below. But getting back to this painting, you'll see me here using a bigger brush. I tend to have, like I said, the flat brush, and this was me using also a bigger, wider brush to try to just get some of those edges and try to really get that first layer of tint down on the canvas to really stain the canvas, so I can get the color for the skin that I wanted to use, because ultimately I end up going with the flesh tone for the background. I end up going with the darker skin tone. So I end up using some, what is the colors? I have burnt sienna, I had like mahogany, and then I had deep brown, and I just mixed those three together to get this color. And it was primarily a lot of the burnt sienna mixed with the yellow ochre that I actually ended up using primarily for this particular first base, because I wanted something that was light. Before the second coats that you'll see when I come in here a bit darker, I used those colors. And then as well for the shading, actually for this whole painting, actually anytime I use shading, I wanted to use a bit of blues and purples just to contrast some of the warmer colors, because a lot of the skin tone I wanted to use, I wanted to have a warmer hue to it. I wanted to lean on the warmer temperature side, so I tended to try to use cooler shadows, and I tried to use cooler blues that would add to that. So We just have to do here and here. I think we're going to do a few layers though. So let's get these layers done. Cause I gotta do a bunch of. And this is the exact reason why I'm still doing layers. This is the exact reason why I actually switched to 4x4s and wanted to try some smaller canvases, because I felt like trying to do these backgrounds a lot of times on the bigger paintings took crazy long, and I felt like I wasn't able to do as many paintings to get as much practice, to get more paintings out, to be able to, essentially sell more paintings and essentially, learn how to do more artwork. That's really a big goal of mine, is to continue to do art and put art out and continue to get better at it. I've always done logos. I've always done digital art. Painting is fairly new. I've done a few murals. I'll be posting the murals, but this, as far as actually just honing my skills and finding my own artistic voice, is something I really always wanted to focus on doing. And now that I have the time to do it, that I'm settled, I really would like to do that. So right here, you'll see me going in with the shading color that I told you. In order to get this shade color, I used a lot of that raw dark sienna and burnt sienna and a lot of purple and blue, as I said before, because I really wanted my shadows to look colder. As you see right there, I really like how that shadow looks. I used a lot of blue in there and purple and just a little bit of black. Where you guys been at? No, I'm just playing. Let's get into it.